Hello everybody, today I want to talk about a hack against the 𝗦𝗡𝗴𝗏. So apparently their update server was compromised, but if you download the 𝗦𝗡𝗏, just the regular installer from their website and install it, then it was fine, and it seems like 𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏 and 𝗘𝗺𝗶𝗹 that those update methods were also safe. But within 𝗦𝗡𝗏++, you often get this nagging pop-up that there's a new version, but if you downloaded a version through that, you might have been compromised. Although when they investigated, it seems like this was a targeted attack against people primarily in Asia. So even if your system has been compromised, hopefully nothing has happened. But it's a bit difficult to know, it seems like. And here we have the article that 𝗦𝗡𝗏++ has posted on their website. So it's from 2nd of February. So I'm myself a 𝗦𝗡𝗏++ user. I quite like it on servers and on my own desktop. So when I'm using Windows, I think it's quite handy to have 𝗦𝗡𝗏++. So when you want to look in a log file instead of using the regular notepad that comes pre-installed on Windows, I think 𝗦𝗡𝗏++, it has a little bit more nice features. I can just show you for fun. Here I'm on a server. It's a bit bad resolution, but when you open a log file, and then when you go back here, it asks if you want to reload the file, if it detects that something has happened in it, and you can press yes. And I also like this monitoring tail. So if you click that, then whenever the file is updated, it refreshes automatically, so you can see what's happening in real time. So it has some nice features like that, and with syntax highlighting, basic things like that you don't get in Notepad. So that's what I like with it. But sadly, they were hacked, and we will read here. So it was hijacked by state-sponsored hackers following the security disclosure published in the version 8.8.9 announcement. The investigation has continued in collaboration with external experts and with the full involvement of my now former shared hosting provider. So the hosting provider for their update server was compromised, and now they have switched from that one. According to the analysis provided by the security experts, the attack involved infrastructure level compromise that allowed malicious actors to intercept and redirect update traffic destined for notepad++.org. The exact technical mechanism remains under investigation, though the compromise occurred at the hosting provider level rather than through vulnerabilities in 𝗦𝗏𝗏 code itself. Traffic from certain targeted users was selectively redirected to attacker-controlled malicious update manifests. So it seems like that, if you got this compromised 𝗦𝗏𝗏 through the updater, it seems like the hackers only targeted a selective number of users. So probably you are not affected, but it still sucks to have gotten something malicious on your computer. The incident began in June 2025. Multiple independent security researchers have assessed that the threat actor is likely a Chinese state-sponsored group, which would explain the highly selective targeting observed during the campaign. An incident response plan was proposed by the security expert, and I facilitated direct communication between the hosting provider and the IR team. After the IR team engaged with the provider and reviewed the situation, I received the following detailed statement from the provider. So here is something from their hosting provider. And I talk about that it was compromised, and what they did in response to that with moving the service to another server and reinstalling things. Too long didn't read. According to the former hosting provider, the shared hosting server was compromised until September 2nd, 2025. Even after losing server access, attackers maintained credentials to internal services until December 2nd, 2025. Yeah, so it's a bit quite long time, and as we saw earlier, the incident began in June, so between June and December, maybe there have been malicious code there, which allowed them to continue redirecting Notepad++ update traffic to malicious servers. The attackers specifically targeted the Notepad++ domain with the goal of exploiting insufficient update verification controls that existed in older versions of Notepad++. All remediation and security hardening was completed by the provider by December 2nd, 2025, successfully blocking further attacker activity. And when reading comments that people have posted, it seems like they, with Notepad++, didn't do checking the checksum or signatures of the updates, so there was some like lacking security there, and that's what they say have been fixed now, but yeah, it's quite bad that it happened to begin with. Note on timelines, the security experts analysis indicates that the attack ceased on November 10, 2025, while the hosting provider statement shows potential attacker access until December 2nd, 2025. Based on both assessments, I estimate the overall compromise period spanned from June through December 2nd, 2025, when all attacker access was definitely terminated. To address this severe security issue, the _Notepad++ website has been migrated to a new hosting provider with significantly stronger security practices. Within Notepad++ itself, 𝗦𝗡𝗡𝗏, the updater, was enhanced in version 8.8.9 to verify both the certificate and the signature of the downloaded installer. Additionally, the XML return by the update server is now signed. So yeah, this is what I've read. People have commented that yeah, it's a bit weird that they didn't have like a certificate or a signature to check and validate that what you downloaded was actually what it was supposed to download, that it was legit. But then it continues, and the certificate and signature verification will be enforced starting with upcoming version 8.9.2, expected in about 1 month. I deeply apologize to all users affected by this hijacking. I recommend downloading version 8.9.1, which includes the relevant security enhancement, and running the installer to update your Notepad++ manually. Yeah, so you shouldn't like trust the updater within Notepad++, since yeah, if you have like been compromised, like you should download it again from their website and install it that way, not through the updater, since yeah, you don't know where it's pointing now at the moment. With these changes and reinforcements, I believe the situation has been fully resolved. Fingers crossed. And I saw some comments about this as well. It's a bit, and I feel it the same when I read it the first time, that yeah, I wish like they could have specified a bit more what people were targeted and in what way were they targeted, like what kind of malware do people risk having on their machines at the moment. But it seems like maybe it's a bit unknown, but they do link here to some investigations, like I think it was this link here. Yeah, so you can read more here, like Kaspersky, and they did an analysis, and there is more to read about it. But here in what Notepad++ said, yeah, I think it's a bit lacking, and I'm a little bit like losing my confidence with Notepad++. So I think I would like prefer to find some alternative. Like if this can happen this once, then yeah, who knows what else might happen with Notepad++. And this being like a supply chain attack, that there are so many developers who are using this software. I think like we need to be a bit more considerate of what we put on our machines. So like if our like development tools are being compromised, it can be quite dangerous for the software we are developing. Some people, they also had like a theory that if you read like downloads on Notepad++ website, it is like the author's own blog is kind of like using the downloads as a blog. So like if you go down here, like here are some We Are With Ukraine versions, and here is another version, Leaving X for Blue Sky, In a World of Elon, Bia Zelensky. And it was specifically these ones: support Taiwan's return to the UN, support Taiwan's independence, support Taiwan's sovereignty. As you can see, yeah, like I don't mind like that the person has political views or so, but it just, I think you become a little bit of a target if you are posting these things, and if it is like Chinese backed this hack, and maybe it's an explanation, like if he is supporting Taiwan and then being targeted by Chinese, yeah, maybe it's something behind that, sadly. So quite sad news. So it's being run by one developer, but it's open source, and then there are more contributors. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit anxious if I want to continue to use this piece of software. Like, hopefully it's fixed now, but yeah, I think you need maybe to be a bit more selective with what you install on your computer, and how many different programs. Like with each new program, there is a risk that some update will also make that into something malicious. So especially like on Windows, where programs often have their own updaters. I think it's better on Linux, where you like by default are using the package manager. And then you have people who are reviewing the updates, but like here on Windows, yeah, you kind of need to trust the project. But there are alternatives like winget and 𝗍𝗍𝗏𝗧 or whatever it's pronounced. So yeah, maybe that's the alternative to be a bit more cautious about how you update your software. But please let me know in the comments, what do you think about this hack, and are you gonna look at something else, or what do you think? Let's see each other another time. Bye bye.